Ooh, baby, gotta get you home with me tonight. Uh-oh, uh-oh, ooh, baby, gotta get you home with me tonight. Hold up, let me take it from the top. I Fox gets my swerve on, floors pure rocks. In the six drop, boo, and it don't stop. See money looking alright, yeah. What up, pop? Cross the room, throw him signals, I'm throwing them back. Flirting, cause I digs you like that. Pete, baby girl style. Hoping we match. You sent me Crown Royale with a note attached. We back in the house. We talking that good Black Mafia Family Series BMF, Season 3, Episode 7, entitled Get 'em Home. What up, my good people? I am your humble and most gracious host, Real. And this episode is brought to you by that good Crown Royal. Green Apple Crown, to be exact. And Coke. Diet Coke, because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? Old school. You know your daddy keep them Crown Royal bags, keeping old nickels warm in a drawer somewhere. Let's just get down to brass tacks, shall we? So we start off in the loo. Meech has landed. Little baseball is happening. Meech getting a rap with Jay Pusha brother Carter, both of whom he met at Jack the Rapper. And Kia, little shorty from round Jay Pusha way. They out on a park baseball diamond shooting the shit. Playing a little ball, but not really playing a game. Meech trying to hit some of Carter's pitches. No can do. Carter got that fastball he hoping might take him to the major leagues one day. Don't know about that after today. Cause shortly after Jay Pusha sent him to the car to get a little water, homie got body snatched, put in a van, disappeared. Everybody caught off guard. Next thing we see, they regrouping up in the whip. Jay Pusha loading up. We find out Jay Pusha a little hot-headed, quick-tempered, ill-mannered, a little rational, somewhat overreactive. Pusha ready to ride on this cat named Ray, who Pusha feel is responsible for this blatant disrespect to kidnapping his brother. Snatched his bro off them streets. Hell to the no. Jay hand Meech and Uzi. Meech like, I got a piece. Jay like, yeah, but you got two hands, don't you? This a all hands on deck situation. Now Meech ain't feeling this at all. He like, what's the plan, Jay? Meech trying to talk some reason into Jay. You know about how to move at this point. Pusha ain't trying to hear none of it. Now just at that moment, Jay get a call from this cat. Tells Jay the flour he sold them would go good with 3 years worth of fried chicken. But his weight on them screets, it wasn't shit. Said he want the weight he was promised and the money back. He was talking to Jay Pusha like he was at P.F. Chang's and the Mongolian beef was cold. He want to eat the jacked up order and he want his money back. Told Jay to meet his demands or meet his brother in the frozen section at Kroger's in pieces. Now when the call came in, Jay Pusha ain't even know who it was. He like, who this? Told the unknown assailant to meet him by 4 o'clock back at the park where they snatched Carter from, with Carter unharmed. Told the cat if he ain't know, he the locks. He is the streets. Don't know what the he heard. He ain't giving up not one rusty dime. I had to put the show on closed captions to get the kidnapper's name. His name was Booker. Now, when Booker hung up the phone, it was a cat in the room with him and Carter. Carter duct tape tied up in a chair. Booker tell the other cat, J Pusha ain't paying. Carter eyes got big as shit. He like, oh shit, that's my whole When Pusha hang up, he was met with some resistance. Meech trying to talk to him about war. He like, good God, Pusha, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Pusha ain't trying to hear it. They get back to the crib. Kia trying to console J Pusha mom. She like, it's gonna be all right. Miss Esther like, you don't know that. How you know? The two cats that was with them at the park when Carter got snatched come in with a box. You know, they coming back from the park with the hope that Carter was going to be there at 4. They tell Pusha them cats wasn't there. Just this box. They hand him the box like it had donuts in it. Like it was no big deal. That shit had Carter's finger in it and a note that said, don't f with us. How you find your man's brother's finger in a box where you was expecting his brother and you wait to tell him when you get back to the crib? And you ain't even really tell him, you just hand him the damn box. Miss Esther looked in that box, told Pusha this is all his fault. Now he gotta kill all these cats or he can't come home. She like, no one lives. Just then, Booker called. Asked Jay if he got the package. You know, the finger. He like, am I getting a refund now or what? He like, refund? Shit, I'm putting money on all y'all heads. Y'all some dead men walking. Hang up on old Booker. Pusha tell his crew, put the word on them streets. 100 racks on these cats' heads. They like, that's a bet. They leaving up out the door to get that money. He talking to them like he firing up a ball team. About to go out and play on the field. They leaving out. He like, go get him. Go get him. Meech catch up with T. Tell him to send down some work. Because, you know, he gonna need a little money while he here. He don't know what J Pusha might need. Meech want to have some funds on hand. T give him a little grief, of course, but tells him he gonna get what he needs. Now back at the kidnapper spot, they got the machete out on Carter. Carter looking like he about to get sliced up like a mango. Kidnappers going back and forth. The other cat want to kill Carter and get the up out of there. Now they in a jam because apparently they owe this other cat money mook. They owe him some moolah. Guess they was dependent on J Pusha to come through and not beat him so they could give Mook what Mook expected. They in between a rock and a hard place. Now they about to cut off another one of Carter's fingers. All of a sudden the go get 'em boys from J Pusha crew bust in. I'ma just call them Thing 1 and Thing 2, cause I ain't know a damn thing they was doing. Thing 1 bust in the door. He busted so hard he landed in the middle of the damn room. Who taught his how to thug it? He bust through the damn side door, ended up in the middle of the room, had to drop on him and all, but due to his lack of approach, caught a machete from the side. The other cat, Rob, thing two, came through the front door. Looked like he had the wrong house. He opened that door. He looked like, oh, my bad, y'all. Took him 20 seconds to blast. And when he did, he fired that Uzi like it was a gat shooting up in the sky. He ain't even hit the ceiling. Booker had enough time to grab his shotty, got him up out that piece. Meanwhile, Carter was up in that chair holding on to the little bit of sanity he had left. I mean, shit was going down all around Carter. He could have been hit with any number of ammunition remnants. Bro already delirious from having a finger cut off. From the time them two cats bust up in there, his eyes went from despair to hope to more despair to Them cats done botched up the whole shit. Kidnappers made their way up out of there, took Carter's ass with them. Meanwhile, Meech's Uber Smokes delivery was on the way. The cat who driving started having some car problems. Homeboy ran into a damn half wall. Car destroyed, his ass busted up. Slumped over the steering wheel, coke dust everywhere. He looking like Ashy Larry in the flesh up in that piece. Looking like the airbags was even filled with coke. Well, that shipment ain't gonna make it. Jay Pusher get the phone ring from Rob. Thing number two, that the recovery was botched. Told him where they was holed up at. They get to the spot, Meech and Push and Kia. See thing number one in the room chopped up. Meech sees some Chinese food boxes on the counter. Send Kia and Rob to post up at some local Chinese spots. See what pop up. These cats must like Chinese food. They might go back to where they got that Chinese food. Meanwhile, Meech meet up with Sterl, for his second Uber Smokes delivery. When you need the job done right, you got to send in Sterl. They catch up across from some projects, just getting a wrap for a sec before they piece up out of there. All of a sudden, the projects get raided. They escape out of there with the weight, posing as pro baseball out-of-towners. Later wind up catching one of the kidnappers outside one of them Chinese joints they was staking out, just as Meech suspected. They want to know where Carter is. But homie ain't talking though. He can see this ain't gonna be his night. But he ain't talking. Like he just don't believe this ain't gonna be his night yet. They put the pen to paper on his ass, but not before he tells them his troubles. And that he can get Carter back. But they gonna need to take the bounty off his head. They gonna need to work with him a little bit. Kia took a slugger to that cat, got the molly-whopping his ass. They get Carter back to the crib, after working some shit out. Pusha tell Carter he'll be back to 100% in no time. Don't nobody believe that. Carter looking broke as f***. His life ain't never gonna be the same. Jay Pusha talking that get back. But Meech cools him down. Tells Pusha they need to give Carter a little money. Send him up out of here. Meech tells him he need a spot out here. Since he gonna be setting up shop. He gonna be here a minute. He gonna need a spot. Pusha tell Meech no doubt. Tells him he family for life. Just then Meech get a call from Duffy. Gives him some good news. Tell him the grand jury back in ATL went away. This is good news to Meech. What he do next? Celebrate with a little ass. Little Jodeci ride and slide. Little body rocking. Knocking the boots. Then he head back to the ATL to see his A-Town peeps. Start to planning on taking out the current king, Glock. Meanwhile, back in the D, up in the restaurant, T connecting with his crew. One of the new cats, college cat, come in the restaurant, drop a gang of assault weapons on the table. The whole crew want that get back, want that war on Henrietta for what she did to Diz. Now that's not what T want. Tells them they're gonna have to sit down with Blaze and see if they talk in the same language. T don't want war. Now ain't nobody feeling what T talking about, but everybody fall in line for the time being. T gets that sit down with Blaze. Blaze come down to the restaurant spot. He and T sit face to face. Blaze brings a gift for T and everything. You know, a little something for the newborn. T want to know what happened to that peace deal. Blaze acting like that deal ain't been broken. Tells T basically that his daughter, he can't control her. She a pain in his ass too, but he can't go against that. He can't go against family. Now, in one of T's stronger moments as a leader, slides the gift back over to Blaze. Peace deal over. All bets is off. Tells Blaze if he ain't part of the solution, he part of the problem. Blaze peace up out of there. They get to planning Henri's downfall. T peace up out of there. Heads over to LaWanda's house with some gifts. He came up in that piece, LaWanda whole mood changed. T like, come on now, I got a right to see my kid. She like, kids, kids, you got two, remember? He like, you tripping, I know I got two kids. He trying to make his case on how good of a dad he is. Lucille up in there trying to help. Before he came in though, Lucille was geeking and gushing over how well the good doctor handled LaWanda's baby situation. She like, he was calm and he was so cool. He delivered the baby. He got two hands, some hair. The good doctor couldn't do shit wrong. LaWanda tell T, damn him and his gifts. You want to be a daddy? Take care of your kids for a while. You know, sit with them a minute. LaWanda and her mom Desiree leave the room. Lucille tell T, you know what? You just like your damn father. Said he was cut from the same cloth as Charles, messing with that cougar, that jungle cat Markesha. Lucille says she ain't part of the damn family. T tells her if there's anyone who ain't part of this damn family, it's Dr. Montclair, Dr. Feelgood. Lucille could barely get her words right. She like, see, that's why you need to stay up out of my business. For real though. You imagine your mom's telling you to stay up out her business. T like, I guess we ain't so different. He stayed with the baby overnight, come back home to his crib. Markesha up in there. While she rummaging through a drawer, she see T just purchased a car for LaWanda, a minivan. She on her low-key, jealous shit. Markesha like, you bring any gifts for the baby? You know, trying to bring up or stumble onto the conversation of the car he brought for LaWanda. Like she on there, where my shit? I ain't get no car. Nah, you just got put up in a house T just bought for both of y'all. She worried about a little car. T ain't even really paying Markesha no mind. He ready for a good 10, 12 hours of sleep. And for Markesha to get up out his grill, for real. He get a call, leave Markesha to her thoughts. Eventually, he catch back up with the local crews. You know, the same group he tried to get to not purchase from Henrietta some time ago. The ones that flew him a bird in his face and told him thanks. But no thanks, you ain't our leader. T tells him Henri about to be up out of here. And they ain't gonna have no recourse or place to buy from but him. So they can get in now at 7G less than what they paying her. But for a small time, you know, that price going back up after that. He hitting them with that act now for a limited time only. Now they a little hesitant because, you know, they ain't trying to end up fried, dyed, and laid to the side of the road by Henri crazy. You know, they ain't trying to die. They do come around though by the end of the conversation. They seem all in. Meanwhile, on the other side of the D, Markesha show up to LaWanda house in a fur. Desiree let her up in the crib. I don't know about y'all, but nobody I know would have walked up in that crib to get jumped and stomped by Mama and Lil Boo. I don't know where they do that at. Now, supposedly, Markesha came over with a peace offering. You know, talking about trying to get T to be comfortable with the idea of both of them. You know, you get them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I get them on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Every other Saturday, Sunday, we split. As you can imagine, that conversation turned ugly real quick. Got petty up in there real quick. Looked like Desiree was loving all of it. You know, she watching her daughter in the mix. You know, Desiree seem a little hood like that. LaWanda go up in the closet, bring out the same coat Markesha got on. Just to let her know that her shit ain't special. She like, you can have this whack. Desiree like, hold up a second, let's not be hasty now. She like, if you gonna be giving away furs, I'm your damn size. The is you doing? Markesha tell her LaWanda look like a broke ass her. Markesha tell LaWanda she look like a broke ass her. It's real petty up in that piece. I see your true colors shining through. Markesha got real Cyndi Lauper up in that piece. The jealousy, the pettiness. LaWanda gets her the up out of there. On the way out, while driving, Markesha gets stopped by a cop. Looked like they used to do the nasty back in the day, or maybe they just wanted to. Clearly they had a fondness of each other. She flirting, he flirting. Cop hands her what looks like a ticket. His phone number was written up on that joint. Sometime in the near future, call him she does. She out at a lounge type joint up at the bar. The cop walk in. Now at this point, Markesha is by herself. He come in, they greet each other. He like, I'm glad you called. She like, I'm glad you came. She playing 10th grade games up in here. And according to plan, T come up in that joint, catch them together. So clearly Markesha also had plans to see T at that same time, at that same spot. She set it up so the two of them could see each other and bicker over her insecure and bicker they do. The pissing contest is on. She up in there enjoying every last minute of the showdown, even put herself in the middle of them. She like, boys, no need for all of this over little old me. Eventually the cop, Vince, he pieced up out of there. You know, it was still more pissing to do, clearly, but somebody was going to end up peed on if they kept going. He pieced up out of there. Markesha tells T his jealousy gets her wet. Seriously? T eating it all up, too. Got on some touch me, tease me. Feel me and caress me. Told him to touch it and see. He does. He like, oh yeah, it do. He eating it all up as a young man would. Don't see the harm or foulness in none of this. He likes the wildness of it all. And why wouldn't he? He ended up the one with Markesha that night, right? Meanwhile, back at Lucille and Charles' spot, Charles up in the crib, looked like he getting ready for work. Looked like everybody up in the crib getting ready for work. The doorbell ring, Charles answers. It's some flowers with a note. You know, the good doctor is on his job. Charles ain't a bit pleased with this at all. But he brings the flowers in, you know, read the note and everything. Lucille come in the room initially thinking the flowers are from Charles. He lets her know they are not. They get to bickering. Lucille letting him have it. Sounds like a scene out of the movie Crooklyn, you know. The whole grown-ass man with a family who happens to be a musician. You know, music is in his soul. But he ain't making money from it, you know, or ain't making money like he used to off that music. You know, like the plan was to do. He trying as best as he can, trying to hold on, but you know, he got to lay in the bed he made, doing work where he can. But music is his passion. But it ain't paying the bills like it need to. It ain't nothing nice about this conversation, but they gonna have it, and they gotta have it. Cause you know, Lucille feel like she been doing without, sacrificing, putting everybody besides herself first for a long time now. But Lucille also made a bed that she been laying in. Ain't so sure she want to stay in it though at this point. They piece up out of there, go their respective ways. Next time we see Charles and Lucille, they up in the precinct. Nikki done brought a blade to school, you know, in case she got to cut a fool. Nikki got that trauma. Nikki got that unnatural trauma built up, you know, from having some unnatural shit happen to her, having witnessed some unholy shit. Looked like she forgot it was in her book bag, though. Security scan caught that joint, and the security guard wasn't playing. Little player Breeze tried to say it was his, but old Otis, the security guard, wasn't having none of that. So now Lucille and Charles got to leave their work and pick their daughter up at the station. They get down there, they like, what's this about? Charles like, that was my damn razor. Nikki like, y'all still ain't listening. I set up a dinner to talk to y'all and everything, but y'all shut me down. Y'all still shutting me down. She hit him with that Scarface. I never seen a man cry till I seen a man die. Man die. She like, I ain't about to be the next victim out in these streets. I don't know about y'all, but it ain't gonna be me. They like, okay, bring your voice down. Use your indoor voice. You know, Nikki getting a little loud about the situation because they ain't listening. They don't know what to say either. A little later, little player Breeze come over to Nikki's spot while she in the kitchen doing some chores. He throwing rocks at the window like she on the 5th floor. 5th floor. He sneak over to check on her. I don't know about little player Breeze. He talking about, you know, I really care about you. She like, I've been off on my own. She like, I've been off on my own for a while now. Sounded like Al B. Sure. She like, I've been in them streets night and day. She like, I'ma be alright. I got this. They get a little teenage love scene going. You know, felt like some good Tracy Spencer should have been playing in the background or something, you know. Some tender kisses. I'm so confused, and I think I'm gonna cry. You know, it was a nice little scene. It was an innocent little scene. I think that's an innocent little song. I felt like, you know, it could have been playing in the background. Don't trip. You know I'm old school. Speaking of kisses, Lucille up on another date with the good doctor. The scene is right. In a car park somewhere, rain is falling. The Quiet Storm show playing on the radio. Quiet storm, blow away. You know, the mood is right. She ain't trying to talk about nothing but getting some. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Right, I'm in the zone. The doctor trying to talk plans and you know, he on that Tony. Just me and you, ooh baby. Just me and you, just us two. He like, so it's gonna be just you and me. He like, what are we doing? He hit her with the women usually say. What are we doing? Lucille sounding like the player pimp. She like, you put your hand back where you had it. I'm going to show you what a sister working with. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Lucille ready to be on that Adina Howard. He hitting her with lines still, you know, like he trying to get to first base. She like, damn player, you on third. Coach waving you in. Round third, damn it, and come on home. Look like it might have went down on this rainy evening. I guess we're going to find out. On the other side of town, Detective Jen comes into a bar, or suspended Detective Jen. Finds Bryant drinking away the pain like Mobb Deep. She tells him he already know about Henrietta and Blaze. He let her know he already know all of that. Jen looking like she playing in a little get back for Detective Cobie. Next time we see her, she up in Henri's spot. You know, the gambling cove with a blonde wig. Like, damn, Jen. The dude her and Detective Cobie arrested walked her up in Henri's spot. You know, he sponsored her. Henri come over, tell him she got this from here. Basically telling little player he can piece up out of here now. She got this. And piece up out of there, he does. Of course, Henri flirting with the new fish in the pond. Jen flirting back. A little too hard for my taste. A little too eager. She ain't even get up in the joint yet. She already calling Henrietta baby. If I was a villain like that, I would have peeped it. Like, she ain't even get up in the joint yet. She ain't even get to the bar. She barely took 5 steps in the door and she already calling Henrietta baby. The first person that come up to her, telling her we got all night. Henri had to peep that card. Jen ain't bought a chip, drink, or nothing. She look at Jen's arm. See, she got like a dinosaur bone poking out her wrist or something. She thinking to herself, what the is that? She ain't say nothing, but she peeped it. Henrietta, that is. Later, Jen leave up out of there, finds Bryant at his new spot, the bar. Tells Bryant what she did. Bryant tried to tell her what Henrietta is like and to be careful. Like she playing a dangerous game here. I do not have high hopes for Jen while she playing this game. Bryant don't either. He tell Jen next time she want to do some shit like that, cut him in for her sake. I don't know, Jen might about to become Henrietta's next victim. We gonna have to see.